Hi guys, I'm finally back after a week's break. I really needed that break and I really hope you guys understand. Today I've come up with a really interesting topic because a lot of us are struggling with this. I have talked to so many of my friends, so many strangers in fact, who are struggling with relationships. It doesn't just have to be a boyfriend, girlfriend, it can be your parents, it can be like any relationship, but everyone has those relationships where they're struggling. So today we're going to talk about the 10 pillars of relationships, and that is this. So now that you guys know what are the 10 pillars, the first and the most important one is trust. If you're in any relationship, you need to consider and ask yourself this question, that do you trust that person? And if you do not trust that person, you need to find out the reason. Is it because something they did? Or is it because you have had trust issues? So you need to resolve that in order to be in any relationship. I will use an example. For example, you and your mother, you have like this relationship where you don't talk a lot and you don't trust telling her your personal issues. Why is that? Is it because she's reacted badly in the past? Is it because you have trust issues because maybe her reactions have influenced your reactions? So you need to figure out what is the depth and what is the reason behind these trust issues, right? That's the first point. The second point is respect. In any relationship, if there is no respect, there are always going to be issues. I will again use an example so it's easier for you guys to understand. If you don't respect the person in front, be it your boyfriend, be it your sibling, be it your dad, or your friend, you're going to pass comments that are going to hurt them and they're going to react. For example, you have a boyfriend and they want to change you like completely, so there is no respect. They don't respect the way you are. So they're going to pass comments like, why are you wearing that? Or why are you wearing this color? And then you're going to be like, because I want to. And there is no respect in that relationship. You need to respect the other person in order to understand that, okay, they are who they are. And you need to respect yourself. If someone is not respecting you, you need to remove yourself from that relationship. So please understand that respect is super important in any relationship and do not underestimate it. As I said, there is a reason you need to have trust and respect so that you can be honest with your partner. Honesty is the third point. If you're not able to be honest with your mom or in any of your relationships, then that relationship is not in a healthy state, because you should be able to express your views. If I think that, okay, whatever you're saying to me is hurting me, then I should be able to communicate it. That is the fourth point, communication. So if you're honest with your partner, if you're honest with your mom, if you're honest with your sibling, you will be able to communicate it better. I'm going to explain it in a little depth later, but the third point is honesty. Please always be honest. And if you cannot be honest, question that as well. As I said, you have to question all these steps that I'm talking about, all these pillars that I'm talking about, right? So the fourth point is communication. So many relationships break either because of trust issues, honesty issues, or miscommunication. There may be so many people who are into long distance relationships. It could be with friends as well. I have long distance best friends and it can get tough at times, but we decide not to give up. So the point is, you should be and you need to communicate and you try to make your partner also communicate. If, for example, you're having an issue, you're not mentally okay and you're feeling like a little down about something that is happening, and if you don't communicate and if someone is coming to talk to you, you just tell them that please just leave me alone, like in this tone, or for example, you just text them that I'm not in the mood, I think that's going to hurt the person in front as well. You're not communicating that I'm not in a good state, I am having trouble with whatever happened today, so just give me some time so that I can get okay and then I can talk to you. So you understand what I'm talking about. Communication is, why do people say communication is the key? Because if you're able to explain yourself in a nice tone, anybody in this world would understand and they would want to know, okay, how can I help? They're going to ask, that's the first question they're going to ask. So communication, remember, it is with everyone, not just one relationship, but yes. You have to make sure that you communicate in all your relationships. Just another point that I wanted to add was miscommunication can also happen, as I said, if you're not being honest. For example, you don't want to hurt them by somehow not telling them about something that has happened, and maybe they have hurt you in some way, you just don't want to communicate it. So you're being dishonest in that way, right? So there is a lot of miscommunication that has happened. You mean something and you're not able to communicate it properly, and hence both your relationships, both of you are hurt and you're in a really bad position, right? So that is another point. The fifth point is equality. A lot of times what happens is there's one person who's giving a lot into the relationship and the other person is not really contributing anything. It's just one person giving. So there is a little imbalance that happens. So like the other person who's giving and the other person who's receiving. So it can create a lot of issues because this person is going to get tired at some point. So there should be equality, not just in paying bills, not just in giving other things like gifts or anything, but emotionally as well. There needs to be two equal in any relationship. Make sure all your relationships have that. I have seen so many people like feel really bad because they are givers and they don't receive that kind of love and they don't receive that kind of importance because they just keep giving. From equality, we move on to the sixth point, that is possessiveness. I have seen a lot of my guy friends complain that my girlfriends, their girlfriends I mean, they get too possessive about them. I have seen my girlfriends complain that the boyfriends are too possessive. The word possessiveness comes when there is again no equality in the relationship. For example, a person is insecure. Trust issues, right? These are all interconnected. So I'm just going to explain it in terms of what we already talked. So there are trust issues that arise, insecurities, and then that tells them that okay, you cannot trust this person. And that's when the whole possessiveness comes out and they try to control you. Hence, again, there is no equality in the relationship because here someone else is trying to control you. So they are above in this relationship. They're trying to control you. And what you can do in this situation is communicate again. Just talk to them that I feel suffocated, I don't feel so good. And make sure that you're also not being super possessive, you're not being controlling of your partner. Please make sure that there is again equality in your relationship. That's why I combine these two and I'm talking about these two together. The seventh point is support. There can be life instances where your partner is struggling or your parent is struggling or your sibling is struggling and you need to be willing to support them, and it should be the same. If you have someone who is abandoning you and is not supportive in your bad times, then you need to take yourself away from that relationship. And if you have done that to someone, you need to apologize and fix that relationship. I am no relationship guru, I am no guru, but I have read, I have done my research and I have seen it practically too. These are really important. So please support your partner, support your parents, support your sibling or any other relationship that is important to you and make sure they do the same. Equality again. The eighth point, it is super important. Personal identity. What happens when any of your friends or anyone who gets into a relationship, they just start doing things with the other person. They don't have an identity out of that relationship. Even with friends, what happens is you find that one friend and then you just merge together and you don't have like separate identities. Always remember to have a personal identity no matter what the relationship is, because people should know you for you. They should know me for being Vaishnavi and not like relating someone with me, just with that. It's good to have friendships, it's good to have relationships, but you should have your separate identity. Otherwise, you're gonna feel like super shadowed at some point, and that's not gonna be a great feeling. And if you feel that you're shadowing someone else, and if you feel that they also don't have a personal identity, it can actually harm your relationship. I'm gonna use another example. For example, you guys are in a relationship, you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend, and you are doing everything together. Now their friends, the boyfriend's or girlfriend's friends want to go out, but you just tag along. and because you know them, and like it's just normal for you. But they should have their own identity, they should have their own set of friends, and you should have your own set of friends. I really believe it's important to have your separate life along with having a life with the relationship you're in, right? So please make sure that you have personal identities. Super important. And I'm going to tell you that you guys are going to thank me later, because I know I have made a lot of changes and I'm doing quite better because I am understanding every step, every pillar, and making sure I use it. Now the ninth point, it is acceptance of change. Deriving it from personal identities, what's going to happen is 5 years down the line, you might not be the person you are right now. Maybe, for example, again, I'm going to use my own example. I think 5 years ago when I was in school, I liked pink, but I wasn't like obsessed with it. Now my wardrobe has like crazy amounts of pinks because I like shooting and I like pinks in them. So you understand, like my choices have changed. Same with my emotional being. To be honest, I thought that when I was in school, I was much mature and much more sorted than I am right now. So that doesn't mean that I've gone back to, being, I have become more aggressive, and these are not some things that I want, but I have changed. So now I need to have a personality, have a person who understands this. If you're in a relationship with, not just any relationship, like maybe with your partner, maybe your mom or dad sees you change. They are like, okay, 5 years ago you were not like this, now you're so arrogant. There needs to be acceptance of that, right? You need to accept the change. It's accepting you, but accepting the change that this person has changed. You need to do the same. If you think that your partner, they've changed so much, like before they said that they don't like this, they said that they don't like fries, but now they like fries. People can change. You need to accept that. Like, it's as simple as that, right? So that's the ninth point. Last but not the least, the main thing that I have realized is you need to have the willingness to not give up. You need to have the willingness to keep working. There are people, in a lot of couples take couples counseling, they want to learn how to reignite the spark. That happens because you decide to give up, right? And there is just like one ray of hope. You think that, okay, I don't want to give up anymore. So they are on the verge of giving up, but they don't give up too. So that is important. You need to learn to just keep going. You need to decide and be strong that I am not going to give up. I have seen like a practical example right in front of me where there was a couple and they had been in long distance for 3 years. I don't know how long, but they both kept working and they decided not to give up. There are going to be ups and downs in any relationship you're in, right? There are going to be fights, there are going to be, like, you're not two same people that are going to have like the same thought process. So there are going to be disagreements, there are going to be arguments. But what you can do is, as I said, communicate it better and decide I'm not going to give up. So one disagreement shouldn't lead to you thinking I'm going to give up. Because if you think that, then you should not have been in that relationship in the first place, because you didn't want to be in that relationship in the first place. If you love the person, absolutely, like without any ifs and buts, you're going to stay in that relationship no matter what. So make sure that whoever you maintain a relationship with is worth it. This is all, like this was the last point. I really hope that this will help you guys. If you have any questions regarding this, you can write down here in the comments below. And please make sure that all the 10 pillars that I've talked about, question it. Where is it lacking? How is it lacking? How can you improve? Because if I have to explain all of that, this is going to be a super long video. But these are like major points, and I hope that I've explained it like precisely, but with examples. So I'll see you guys next time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, right? Because I'm going to give you because most YouTubers say that, but you need to do this because so many of us are struggling with relationships, and if you just remind them with these 10 pillars, they're going to realize that, oh wait, like this is a short video, but this just gave me everything. So please. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.